Hey guys, listen to Representative Alexandria Ocasio speak. She was talking about how, saying the obvious about Republicans and them not going to town hall meetings and how it's wrong. And, I've talked to y'all about that, how I put myself in the mind of one of these white men living in a rainy area, and you take a day off of work or take a lunch hour off to go and, speak your mind to your representative, just to have Mike Johnson basically say, they're all just Democrats, and that's still important. They should still be heard. I think that, she said somebody wants to give her, somebody want to request to come speak, she'd be okay with it. And I support that, and I agree with it. I think that that's a part of, she's doing what works to be done. That we're one country, or we should at least aspire to be one country, and that should go before everything else. It wouldn't work, at the end of the day, no matter what happens, remember something, they voted for Trump. And a lot of the people that they voted for are not fit to be in office. It's just not. But them doing that, and Mike Johnson doing what he's doing, doesn't change the fact he voted for Trump. In 2020, then in 2025, your ass voted to lay down Trump. It's like murder or something. It's like, you can give me all this rigmarole. At the end of the day, you chose that. I don't think AOC would have a lot for those kind of people. They're upset, they're losing jobs. Oklahoma, Alabama losing jobs. They're losing jobs because of the reckless way in which that Trump is firing people and altering the federal government. I think that ultimately it doesn't matter to them. But I just want to say, I thought about Roosevelt and his poem, his speech, the Man in the Arena. That doesn't matter what everybody thinks. He's in the arena. He's doing the thing. He's facing the lions, the tigers, and the bears. And that's, to me, what that is. Whether she does or not, it looks strong. It sounds strong, and I respect that. And we need to see more of that, stepping outside of our boundaries. I think that Trumpers, or the people that voted for Trumpers, they voted for ideologues. They voted for people who are just going to do whatever Trump says. It's just like, that's what it is. You voted for people who aren't fit. You knew they weren't fit, but you just did it because you want to hurt gay people and trans people, and you want to put them in their place. Now your job's at risk. Sounds almost like elections got a consequence, don't they? Sounds almost like elections got consequences. What do I know? I don't know. I just know that we knew he was going to do these things. We warned you. I think that ultimately, she can't really offer them anything. If AOC was to go speak in front of Republicans, it would primarily be, I did this. Right. It's like, I went to a park or something. It's like something to do with like rocket ships and all that in Alabama. I took a picture in front of the sign. It's purely just to say you did this, and that you're not scared to speak to the enemy, because ultimately, it's like Michael Brooks said. When it comes to racism and anti-Semitism and homophobia, that ain't gonna work, man. That's not gonna that book won't float, and that's a part of why she's in that position, is for her to know that. Trumpers don't. Like I said, they voted for people who aren't fit to be politicians, but you voted for them because they are ideologically driven. You understand? They're driven. They're not political science people. You have Lauren Boebert, you have Marjorie Taylor Greene. No, you can't talk to people that have reelected MTG 3 times. What am I going to talk to them about? Their politics are Jewish space lasers and cannibal pedophiles, and this is they think climate change is a good thing, right? You can't reason like that. How are you going to? What are you going to talk about? their actions, they don't care about that stuff, man. They voted for cruelty. I've talked about that before, that you can't get to someone like that and just vote to hurt somebody else. I just thought that what she did, I thought about, law enforcement, they teach you, we deal with mentally ill people. You lower your voice, and you try to look non-threatening, you don't have your hands on the guns and stuff. You're not doing that role. You're not doing that, but you're trying to talk to them. What's going on? How can I help you? And hopefully it doesn't go to we taking you for involuntary commitment. Hopefully it's you go, can I call somebody for you? Can I help you? That's the hope. But at the end of the day, if somebody's really mentally ill or they're high on some kind of drug or something, like a reasonable conversation may not take place. That's something they teach you. You have to remember something. Like if you talking to me, but I'm talking to somebody on PLSD, whatever, some kind of unaltered substance, then I'm talking to someone that I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the drug. You see, I'm talking to a substance that I don't even know what substance might be. So that you understand. That's what I'm trying to say. That you're dealing with people and things that are not rational. Nothing rational about them. Nothing rational about what they do, or how they vote, or how they think. Nothing rational about them. We know that. That's not in question. That evidence is not in question. That evidence is proven time. And I think there may be areas where people might have questions, but and I will say, when it's all said and done, well, we got to deal with the fact you got some dumb motherfuckers, and we have an educational problem in this country, and that some people are just going. I gotta say that they're just going. It's sad because I grew up hearing about climate change and all that to realize that we're the bad guys and we're not gonna act. It's I don't know. It's kind of sad, like that all these things are happening at the same time. Is what I'm trying to say. That's what's sad, to know that we're the bad guys. We will continue to be bad guys, and that there's really no positive outcomes because these aren't mistakes. I feel like when they talk about like a blue wave and like we can change this, and I feel like when you do stuff like that, you're talking as though they didn't know what Trump was. They didn't know these things. They did. Elon Musk said that the economic downturn. He said it before he got elected. He said that on Twitter. They talked about cutting veterans benefits. They talked about this shit. White man didn't care. He voted for him anyway. So what are we talking about? You knew what was going on. You picked it anyway. At some point, people have to realize and understand that you have Americans that are voting to have you hurt, or they're voting in such a way that puts you in danger, they put your families in danger, they put your livelihood and your future in danger, simply for the fact that they can. And I think people got to think about that. I think we should be sensitive to that, what that means. No, I don't want to be accepted, but they want to hurt me. And you shouldn't either.